to have is what is new, but with the cloud. So with the cloud, what we are going to see is something like this. So we are going to have the option to access right there on the web browser. And when it comes to the web browser, we are going to have kind of like two main areas. So the first area is going to be kind of like right here is we are going to have a workspace, and that is intended for a user base. So right there, I can start uploading drawings. So to give you an example, right there, I'm going to have access to that quick drawing, right? And the other one is going to be the projects. And the projects I can share with multiple people on my team. So right here, you can see the dashboard, the options that I have available. So if I'm in one of my projects, I need to be like really precise when it comes to location. So I can start saying, hey, this is going to be first floor, second floor. And right here, you can see that I have the option to invite users to my project, right? So right now, I'm the admin, but I can start adding a couple of members having access to those elements. So if I'm on site, right, and I'm trying to, well, discuss with someone from the construction team that they need to take care of something that I noticed on site, right there, I can invite them. I can add in as a member, and they can follow up with all the markups, the punch list that I'm creating that RFIs, right? So right here, you can also see we have an option to organize all the files, so elements such as drawings. We can upload any documents, right? We can go to the punch list, right? Create punch list items for our projects. We have the option for RFIs and submittals, right? And as well, we have a couple of settings to add to our project in addition to basic information. Now, if you remember at start, I mentioned our software has an integration with SharePoint. This is what is going to be great about the cloud version. So the cloud version is going to have integrations not only to SharePoint, but with these guys. So for those users that have OneDrive, Box, Dropbox, Google Drive, and Ignite, you're going to have access to your files right here. So if you are worrying that, okay, everything is on this browser, right? So all your information is going to save on your browser. Well, the integration is going to allow us to sync our project data with other apps. So you're going to have quick access to your files using this integration. And now to not make this too large, so let's go to the main feature right here of the cloud. And you're going to notice right now is quite simple, quite basic, but it includes the powerful tools that we are going to use, right? Elements such as the cloud. We are going to be able to use the same type of features that we have on the desktop version. Right there, you can see we also have a couple of easy tools to use. We have a couple of pens, right? We have the text, we have arrows, we have callouts, highlights, and we can add images right here. So if you took a picture from your cell phone, right, and you go to image and you want to attach it to a certain place right here on your drawing, you can do that, right? Right here at the top right, we have the option to add additional comments to the markups that we add, right? So if we want to add any additional information to any comment that later needs to take care of at our site, you can look at right there. And remember, I mentioned something about the tool chest. So right here, the tool chest, I can bring any additional markup that I have created in my project. As it is right now, the markups that are not available to bring up or they are not supported are the ones that you create kind of with a mixture of a markup and an image. But any other markup that you create is going to be able to have access right here to the cloud. So let me give you an example right here. We have a couple of lists for the engineer review, contractor, architect. So right here, you can kind of have your setup elements. So right here, you can kind of create your sections or specify tools for your project and for your day-to-day markups and annotations on your project. Now,
Hey,
uh,
sorry, we have a question.
yes.
It says, have you found that the cloud-based version gets laggy with the large document slash drawing sets?
Yes, but it gets laggy if I believe the last one that I upload was around 300 pages, and it was quite heavy type of file. So at that point, the navigation is good as long as I'm using my internet connection that is with the Ethernet, right? But if I'm on my cell phone and if I'm using my data, it starts to get laggy, especially if I'm doing a bunch of markups on my drawing, right? As long as I on my office connection with the Ethernet cable is simply is working just fine. But on my cell phone or if I'm working on my iPad, that is where it can be a little bit loggy, especially with large documents. So the last one that I tried was 300 pages, so that is quite heavy. So right there, I will recommend to kind of split it a little bit. Try to go as far as 50 pages or 100 pages, and right there we can avoid that a slow time when opening up the files. And one last thing that I wanted to mention right here on the cloud version, you can see right now it's kind of basic, right? So they are working on the measurement tool. So right now, if you notice, we still do not have the measurement tools. They are working on that. They are making sure that we have the same or even better tools when it comes to measurement that comes from the main software. So that is going to be a work in progress. But as it is right now, is for quick access to the people that is on site, right? For markups going back and forward between the office, the cell phone thing, the web access or the iPad access is great, right? Because sometimes we get to the site, we don't have access to the Wi-Fi of the site, so we can use our cell phone data. So that is going to be really good.